Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 2001 season in Payoff Pitch Baseball. Philip Reynolds is first to join us here at Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan, where the Detroit Tigers are hosting the Cleveland Indians. No idea where Tribe Fan is at, Philip. I don't think he watches this channel. Anywho, without any further ado, as the fans file in here at Comerica Park, let's jump right into the action. Phillies 9-6 in your replay so far. Nice. What replay are you doing? Is this also a 2001 season? Starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers tonight is Jeff Weaver, making his first official appearance on the board. His second appearance in the replay if we count the 1985 or the 2001 demo game. 13 wins, 16 losses, 4.08 ERA, 229 and a third innings pitched, 235 hits, 19 homers, 68 walks, and 112 strikeouts, or 152 strikeouts, I should say, in 2001. While the Tigers get loose in the field, let's meet the Indians' starting lineup. Leading off tonight, we've got Omar Vizquel at shortstop, Holber Cabrera in center field, Roberto Alomar at second base, Juan Gonzalez in right field, Ellis Burks is the designated hitter, Jim Thome is at first base, Will Cordero is in left field, Russell Brannon's at third base, and Einar Diaz is catching. 1980 History Maker Baseball Express. Nice. We are all set here at Comerica Park to start this one. Leading off for the Indians tonight is Omar Vizquel. 1 home run, 49 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. You almost got me saying 1980 something for a second there. Anyway, we are using blue, white, and orange dice tonight. Tigers are the home team. Monday, you believe RJL begins 1980. That timing sticks in my head, but I wouldn't swear that's right. Anyway, Weaver will get the sign from Brandon Inge. He will set, and we are about to begin another block in this replay. Once I get my replay standings pulled up here on my iPad, because I will be using my iPad for ticker tonight. Anyway, Weaver is all set. Fans here at Tiger Stadium are ready to go. Let's get to the opening pitch. We are going to start off with an 11. That's going to be a tough 97. And that's going to be a fly ball into left field. Coming under that will be Bobby Higginson. He will make the catch for out number 1. And we are underway here at Comerica Park. Here's Holber Cabrera. 1 home run, 12 walks in 2001. Weaver will get the sign from Inge. He will set, and he will pitch. 10, that's going to be an in-play 22, and against a righty, Cabrera will get a hold of one. That'll be a base hit. Infield will go to double play depth as Roberto Alomar now steps into the batter's box. 13 home runs, 58 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Weaver looking at an Inge for the sign, and he will pitch. 8, that's going to be a tough 86, and that's a grounder to short. We'll have to check on the double play. We'll see if that's going to be a double play. It's going to be a 5 or less. No, Cabrera will go to second. Alomar will be thrown out at first. 2 outs in the inning. And here's Juan Gonzalez taking his first turn at the plate tonight. 25 home runs, 30 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Weaver looking into Inge for the sign, and he will pitch. Oop, hold on. Just realized I've got to set my scoreboard. There we go. Weaver with a 9. That's going to be an in-play. I'm going to re-roll that. An in-play 96. Ooh, that's going to be way too high to do anything with it. That's going to be lifted into right field. Higginson back for that one again, but he will have plenty of room to make that catch. and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single for the Tribe. Score is now Indians 0, Tigers coming up to bat. Reds versus Braves, you think it is? I don't really know that much anymore, and I'm probably not going to be able to watch his content as much now that I'm busy with this replay. Starting pitcher for the Cleveland Indians tonight, CC Sabathia. 17-5 with a 4.39 ERA, 180 and a third innings pitched, 149 hits, 19 homers, 95 walks, and 171 strikeouts in 2001. But I do hope he has a great 1980 season replay. Let's take a look here at the Tigers starting lineup. The defending 1985 AL champions. Leading off, we've got Roger Cedeno in right field. Damian Easley is at second base. Bobby Higginson's in left field. Tony Clark is at first base. Wendell McGee is the designated hitter. Davey Cruz is at shortstop. Juan Encarnacion's in center field. Shane Halter's at third base. And Brandon Inge is catching tonight. Leading off tonight is Roger Cedeno. 3 homers, 8 walks against left-handed pitching in 2001. Sabathia looking in at Diaz for the sign. He will set and he will pitch. Snake Eyes is a defense check. Let's see who we're checking on. Error on the second baseman. Second baseman for the Indians is Alomar. His error rating is a 5. He's not going to make an error on that play. That'll be a nice clean out, and that'll be lined to second. Putting up his glove is going to be Alomar. Ball will slam into it. That is out number 1. Damian Easley, now the batter. 2 homers, 16 walks against left-handed pitching in 2001. Sabathia gets the sign from Diaz. He will set, and he will pitch. 11, that's a wheelhouse check, but an 80 is going to be way too high to do anything with it. That's going to be a fly ball into center field. Cabrera back for that one. He'll have room, though, before the track. 2 down in the inning. Bobby Higginson, now at the plate. 8 homers, 29 walks against left-handed pitching in 2001. Sabathia looking in at Diaz for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 7, that's going to be a patient 91. Plunk, ouch. Higginson gets hit by the pitch. That will extend the inning for Tony Clark. 7 homers, 10 walks against left-handed pitching in 2001. Higginson going nowhere on the base paths. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz, and he will pitch. 6, that is going to be a tough 50. And against a righty, against a lefty, I should say, Clark is going to get a hold of that one. That'll be a double. Higginson will score because of one extra base advance. And it'll be 1-0 in favor of the Tigers. Stadium cheers. Yay! Philip Reynolds groans. Ugh. Here's Wendell McGee. 5 homers, 11 walks against left-handed pitching in 2001. Sabathia knows he's got to get clear of that in a hurry. He will get the sign from Diaz, and he will pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 19, and Whit McGee is going to have a 2-out walk, and all of a sudden, the Tigers have something going on here in the bottom of the first already. 1-0 Tigers, and Detroit looks like they want more, as Davey Cruz now steps into the batter's box. 2 homers, 7 walks against left-handed pitching. Sabathia in a bit of a jam here. He will get the sign from Diaz, and he will pitch. 6. That is a tough 23, and that's just going to be a called strike 3 on Cruz. He can't believe the call, but he's out, and that will retire the side. But the Tigers strike first here at Comerica Park. 1 run on 1 hit, a walk, and a hit batter, and it is 1-0 Detroit after 1. Detroit may end up ruining that opportunity. They probably should have gotten more out of that inning. Top of the second coming up brings us to the middle of the Indians' order. Here's Ellis Burks. 19 home runs, 47 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little Saturday night baseball here on the channel. Weaver will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 9, that's going to be an in-play 39. That's going to be too high to do anything with. That'll be grounded right back to Weaver. He will take his time, throw that over to Clark at first base. Out number 1. Yep. Got to adjust that, but it is out number 1. Jim Thome, ever dangerous, now in the batter's box. 45 home runs, 77 walks against right-handed pitching. Weaver needs to be careful. A mistake is going to Mars. Weaver will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 6, that's a tough 61, and that's going to be a called strike 3 on Thome. 2 down in the inning. Nothing to send to Mars for Thome there. 2 down in the inning. And Will Cordero, now in the batter's box. 3 home runs, 13 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Weaver looking to stay out of trouble here. He will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 6, that'll be a tough 49, and Cordero will extend the inning with a single. Russell Branyan, now the batter. 15 homers, 30 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Weaver looking in at Inge for the sign, and here's the pitch. 3, that's an in-play 89, but that's going to be grounded over to second. Grabbing that for the Tigers is easily. He will take that to the bag himself, beat Cordero over, and that will retire the side. A single for the Indians, but they're not able to do anything with it. Still 1-0 Tigers as we get set for the bottom of the second. Bottom of the second coming up, and we're looking at the bottom of the Tigers' order. Here's Juan Encarnacion. 4 homers, 2 walks against left-handed pitching in 2001. Sabathia has got to have instant amnesia from that bottom of the first. He will get the sign from Diaz, and he will pitch. 6 is a tough 72, and Encarnacion is going to have a single. He will start this inning off with a base hit for the Tigers. The infield will go to double play depth as Shane Halter now steps into the batter's box. 3 homers, 4 walks against left-handed pitching in 2001. Encarnacion being a C2. That's not likely to be a very good chance to steal. C2, no. That's a fair chance he will stay put. Halter's got pretty good power. They're going to let him swing. Sabathia looking in at Diaz for the sign, and he will pitch. 7 is a patient 72, and against the lefty, he's not that patient. That's going to be grounded over to second. Picking that up is going to be Alomar. We'll see if the Indians can get a twin killing. 5 or less on 2d6. No, Encarnacion will get caught in the fielder's choice, but the relay won't be in time. That'll be out number 1. as Halter will reach on the fielder's choice. Double play depth will stay called for the Indians, and here's Brandon Inge. No homers, 5 walks against left-handed pitching in 2001. Sabathia looking in at Diaz for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 7, that's a patient 69, and he's not that patient. That's going to be grounded to second, and we'll try again on the double play. Oop. The Indians will try again on the double play, a 5 on 2D6. No, Halter will be thrown out this time as Inge will make it to first, 2 outs in the inning. Yep. 2 outs in the inning, and the batter now is Cedeno. Cedeno tonight lined to second his first time up. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz. Fans here at Tiger Stadium hoping the Tigers can stop trading runner. It can stop just exchanging out the runner at first. Sabathia will set, and he will pitch. 10, that's a patient 34. And Cedeno is going to have a base hit out of that one, as Inge will make it to third because of 1 base advancement, but +1 with 2 outs. So what is that, an S? He's a righty, so that's an S9. But I've got to enter it as 1B++. Runners at the corners. Easley, now the batter. Easley tonight is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Sabathia in a little bit of a jam here in the bottom of the second. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz, and here's the pitch. 6, that is a tough 14, and that's going to be a swing and a miss by Easley, trying to do too much with the slider, and that will retire the side. 2 hits, but the Tigers aren't able to do anything with it. Score remains 1-0 Detroit after 2. This replay has already been very chaotic. If you watched the last few games in the replay, you know it's been chaos central so far. So it is far from over here in 2001. Einar Diaz will lead off the top of the third for the Indians. 4 homers, 13 walks against right-handed pitching in 2001. Weaver will look in at Inge for the sign. Come here, Dice. He will set, and he will pitch. 4, that's a ballpark check. 58 for a righty that was very much in play. And a 66 is going to be flied into right field. Coming under that one, weakly hit, that'll be Cedeno. He will make the catch with no trouble, and that'll be out number 1. Here's Vizquel. Vizquel tonight is 0 for 1. He flew out his first time up. Weaver looking in at Inge for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is a patient 25, and Vizquel is plenty patient enough to work a 1-out walk out of the at-bat. Infield will go to double play depth, as Cabrera, now the batter. Cabrera tonight has a single. Vizquel could potentially try to steal. Jump of 4 against a hole of 7. Do they want to try a steal here? He would be a C2. No, they're not going to try to steal here. Weaver will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 5 is an in-play 30, and against a righty, that's just the top of the range, but that'll be plenty for a base hit. Soft blooper into left field. And all of a sudden, the Indians have something going on here with 1 out in the inning. Batter is Alomar now. Alomar tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out. Vizquel at second with the tying run. Cabrera, the go-ahead run. Weaver wants neither of them to score. Weaver will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 1, and holy cow. The bases are full of Indians. As Alomar has managed to get a walk out of the at-bat, and now the infield's got to play in. As Juan gone, now the batter. Gonzalez flew out his first time up. Fans here at Comerica Park are nervous. They know this game could be about to get out of hand in a hurry. Weaver looking in an Inge for the sign. Fans here at Comerica Park hoping for a big-time pitch. Weaver will set, and he will pitch. 5, that's an in-play 94, and that's going to be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that is going to be Higginson. He will make the catch. That will be out number 2. Just going to double check here all of the pitcher results. The runner at third base scores if his run rating is 7 or higher. Vizquel is not a 7 or higher. He will hold. That'll be 2 outs in the inning. Burks, now the batter. Burks grounded out his first time up. Weaver, still in a jam. Bases are still full of Indians in the top of the third. Weaver will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 6, that's going to be a tough 62. Ooh, Burks just missed it. That's going to be lifted into right field. Coming under that one is going to be Cedeno. Fans are relaxing as he slows down near the track. He'll make the catch, though, and that will retire the side. 2 walks and a hit, but the Indians get nothing out of it. You lose. Good day, sir. 1-0 Tigers as we get set for the bottom of the third. Stadium sighs. Phew. Philip Reynolds groans. Ugh. Anybody who's an Indians fan cannot be happy that chance went by the boards for the Tribes. Heart of the order coming up for the Tigers as Higginson steps into the batter's box. Higginson got drilled by a pitch his first time up. 1-0 Tigers, bottom of the third. Sabathia looking to Diaz for the sign, and he will pitch. Snake Eyes is a defense check. Let's see who we're checking. We're looking at an error on the second baseman. Alomar's name being called once again. And once again, his error rating is a 5. This time he is going to make an error. And what kind of error is it going to be? It's going to be a one-base error as Alomar is going to boot the ball. That'll be an error on Alomar. Sabathia looking over, wondering, what are you guys doing here? Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Clark. Clark tonight is 1 for 2. He's got a double. His double drove in the only run so far. Sabathia looking in at Diaz for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is a patient 93. I doubt he's that patient against the lefty. He is not. That's going to be lifted into left field. Getting under that for the Indians is going to be Cordero. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Excuse me. Here's McGee. McGee tonight has a walk. 5 against a hold of 10, huh? Do they want to try to send him? No. And McGee's got good power anyway. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz, and he will pitch. 4 is a patient 85. He's not that patient. That's going to be grounded over to short. Picking that up is going to be Vizquel. Will he be able to make the relay? 5 or less, this inning is over. Vizquel's got it. He'll throw that over to Alomar to get Higginson. Alomar will turn, throw to Thome at first. Relay will be in time. That'll be a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Stadium groans. Ugh. The error ultimately goes for nothing for the Tigers. We are still looking at a 1-0 Detroit game after 3. Top of the 4th coming up brings us to the middle of the Indians' order. Here's Thome. Thome tonight is 0 for 1. He struck out looking his first time up. 1-0 Tigers, top of the 4th. Weaver will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 10 is an in-play 38, and against a righty, that's going to be too high. That's going to be popped up on the infield. Inge will have time for about a 5-second power nap before that ball comes down into his glove for out number 1. That ball got popped straight up behind the plate. Here's Cordero. Cordero has a single tonight. Weaver will get the sign from Inge. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is going to be a patient. I'm going to re-roll that because it's cocked. A patient 5. Cordero's plenty patient enough to get a 1-out walk. Branyan, now the batter as the infield moves to double play depth. Branyan tonight is 0 for 1. He grounded out his first time up. Weaver will get the sign from Inge. He will set. Here's the kick. And here's the pitch. 10 is an in-play, 5. And against a righty, Branyan's going to get into that one. He's going to hit that to the wall. And that's going to be a double. Looping liner to right field. Runners advance 2 bases. So a double for Branyan. As all of a sudden, the go-ahead run is now in scoring position. Diaz, now the batter. Diaz flew out his first time up. Infield is playing in. Weaver knows he's in a jam. Fans here at Tiger Stadium hoping for a big-time pitch. Weaver will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. Snake Eyes, uh-oh. Snake Eyes 50 is going to be just a little bit too high. That'll be grounded over to third. The throw is going to come to the plate. And I know I've got my infield in chart here, somewhere right here. The throw is coming to the plate because the infield was in. A 6 says the runner on first is thrown out at the plate. Cordero thrown out trying to score and tie this game. 2 outs in the inning. So Cordero's out. Diaz is at third. Branyan is at third. Diaz will make it to first. Other runners advance 1 base. Yep. Let's see. Cordero's in the 7th spot as Vizquel is now the batter, and the Tigers are not out of trouble yet. Vizquel tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. Weaver looking at Inge for the sign, and he will pitch. 10 is an in-play 3, and against a righty, Vizquel's going to get into that one. That's going to be a double, and the Indians are probably going to take the lead here. With extra base runner advancement. Branyan and Diaz will both score. Vizquel will make it to second. And while Digital Diamond catches up, that will be 2-1 in favor of the Indians. Stadium groans. Ugh. Let's see, D7. Cabrera, now the batter. Cabrera tonight is 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Weaver suddenly having a bit of a panic attack here. Weaver will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 33. And against a righty, Cabrera is going to get into that one. That's going to be a double. Vizquel will score 3-1 in favor of the Indians. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Alomar. This all happening with 2 outs. Alomar tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. Weaver getting the sign from Inge. Fans here at Tiger Stadium do not like what they see. Weaver will set, and he will pitch. 8. That's going to be a tough 33. And against a righty, Alomar is going to do it again. That's going to be a base hit. Runner on first advances 1 base, so Cabrera will score. And it is now 4-1 in favor of the Indians. All of this happening with 2 outs. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Wangan. Gonzalez tonight is 0 for 2. He's flown out twice. We're going to get some activity in the Tigers' bullpen as Weaver's looking very shaky tonight. They are going to get... The Tigers are going to get, let's see, righty, lefty, righty. They need somebody who can eat up innings. The Tigers are going to get Victor Santos warming up in the bullpen. As all of a sudden, Weaver starting to have issues here. Actually, he's got subscriptions more likely. Weaver will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 6 is going to be a tough 72, and that's going to be a ground ball over to second. Grabbing that is going to be easily. He will make the play. That will retire the side, and not a moment too soon for the Tigers, because the Indians did some serious damage that inning. 4 runs on 4 hits, 3 of them doubles, and a walk. All of that happening with 2 outs in the inning. Score is now 4-1 Cleveland as we get set for the bottom of the 4th. Sabathia in the dugout had to be very happy with how that was turning out for the Indians. Bottom of the 4th brings us to the middle of the Tigers' order. Here's Cruz. Cruz tonight is 0 for 1. He struck out. The Indians almost batted around in the top of the 4th. Sabathia now has got to be feeling good about a 4-1 lead. He will get the sign from Diaz, and he will pitch. 8. That is a tough 74, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Cabrera will get under that one for the Indians. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Here's Encarnacion. Encarnacion is 1 for 1 with a single tonight. Sabathia looking in at Diaz for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 8. That's going to be a tough 20, and that's going to be a swing and a miss by Encarnacion. Strike 3, out number 2. Halter, now the batter. Halter's 0 for 1. Sabathia looking into Diaz for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 3 is a ballpark check. 32 is in play to a righty. A 56 is not going to be anything good. That'll be grounded over to third. Picking that up is going to be Picking that up is going to be Branyan. He will throw that across the horn. That will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers here in the bottom of the 4th. Just like that, the Indians have a 4-1 lead after 4. Top of the fifth coming up brings us back to the middle of the Indians' order. And here's Burks. Burks tonight is 0 for 2. Weaver looking in at Inge for the sign. He has got to have instant amnesia on this. Santos ready to come in. Weaver will set, and he will pitch. 4 is a ballpark check. Oh boy. 9 is in play, is wheelhouse for Burks. A 74 is going to be a very long single, but Burks will get into that one. Gets under it just a little bit, but still is going to drop. That will be a base hit for Burks. Infield will go to double play depth, and here's Tomey. Tomey tonight's been quiet, though. He is 0 for 2. Burks is not going anywhere, not with Tomey having explosive power. Tomey will wait for the offering from Weaver. Weaver will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 5 is an in-play 6, and against a righty, Tomey's going to get into that one. He's going to smack that into the outfield. That's going to be a double. Deep drive off the left field wall. Runners advance 2 bases. The infield has got to play in at this point. Nobody out in the inning, and here's Cordero. Cordero tonight is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk. If another run scores, the Tigers are going to get the hook for Weaver tonight. Weaver will get the sign from Inge. Comerica Park, very nervous. Weaver will set, and he will pitch. 7 is a patient 28, and the bases once again are full of Indians. Batter now is Branyan. Branyan tonight is 1 for 2 with a double, and I think that is going to be it. I think that is going to be it for Weaver. The Tigers do not like what they see tonight. They're going to go to the bullpen. Jim Leland has seen enough of Weaver tonight. Must have had performance anxiety from 1985. But coming in to pitch for the Tigers tonight, is going to be Victor Santos. 2-2 with a 3.30 ERA. 76 and a third innings pitched. 62 hits, 9 homers, 49 walks, and 52 strikeouts in 2001. Santos walking in to a ticking time bomb. Let's see if he can get the Tigers out of it. Santos will get the sign from Inge. Comerica Park, hoping for a big-time pitch. Santos will set, and he will pitch. 10 is a tough 67, and that's going to be a swing and a miss for Branyan. Strike 3, out number 1. The Tigers are far from out of the woods, though. Here's Diaz. Diaz tonight is 0 for 2. Santos trying to find his way out of trouble here. Santos will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 10 is a tough 80, and the tough 80 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one is going to be Encarnacion. He is going to make the catch. That'll be out number 2. But if the pitcher result was tough, Burks is not going anywhere. He will hold. 2 outs, and the batter now is Vizquel, as the Indians are trying to get something out of this. Vizquel is 1 for 2 with a double and a walk tonight. Santos, very close to getting the Tigers out of this jam. Santos will get the sign from Inge. Vizquel would love to blow this game open. Santos will set, and he will pitch. 8. That's going to be an in-play 49. And that's going to be grounded over to third. Grabbing that is going to be Halter. He will race to the bag, beat Tomey there, and that will retire the side. Stadium size. Phew! 2 hits and a walk, but the Indians get nothing out of it. Cleveland still with a 4-1 lead at heading into the bottom of the 5th. The Tribe got the bases loaded with nobody out, but they could not take advantage of it. That is a big opportunity to go begging for the Indians. Bottom of the 5th coming up for the Tigers, and the batter now is Inge. Inge is 0 for 2. He grounded into a fielder's choice, or is 0 for 1, I should say. He grounded into a fielder's choice his first time up. Sabathia looking in at Diaz for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. 8 is a tough 42, and that's going to be a called strike 3 on Inge. He will be retired on strikes for out number 1. That is the 4th strikeout tonight by Sabathia. Here's Cedeno. Cedeno is 1 for 2 with a single tonight. Sabathia gets the sign from Diaz. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is a patient 54, and that's just barely going to be a base hit for Cedeno, but that'll work to be a base hit. Cedeno getting on with a 1-out single. Infield will go to double play depth for the Indians. Easley, now the batter. Easley is 0 for 2 tonight. Sabathia looking in at Diaz for the sign. He will set, here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 3, that's a ballpark check. We've got a rare play on the ballpark with men on. Let's see what happens here. Let's see, we need runners on base, ballpark. Ah, here we go. Let's see, a 40. Right fielder makes a terrific running catch. If right fielder arm is equal or less than the runner's run rating, the right fielder throws out the lead runner trying to advance. If the arm rating is higher than the run rating, the runner advances to the next base or scores. In all other cases, runners advance 1 base. So that's going to be a great catch in right field that's going to be a great catch in right field by Gonzalez. That will be, hold on. That's Easley. That'll be out number 2. So we need to check his arm rating. So that is Gonzalez's arm rating of an 8. Cedeno has a run rating of a 9. So if the arm rating is higher, the runner advances to the next base. So Cedeno, it sounds like, will take second base. That should be F9 R1 star. Probably what I should end up with there. That's a rare play, but that will be 2 outs in the inning. Yep, perfect. There we go. So Easley is out at second. And the batter now is Higginson. Higginson tonight does not have an official at bat. He's reached on an error, and he's been hit by a pitch. Actually, that is a horrible looking E. There we go. Sabathia, hoping Cedeno goes no further. Higginson would love to bring him in. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz, and he will pitch. 11 is a wheelhouse check, 52. That's going to bring Cedeno in. Higginson will be at third. He will have a triple. How is that for a first official at bat tonight? 4-2 in favor of the in favor of the Indians. Stadium cheers. Yay! And the tying base comes to the plate in the form of Clark. Clark is 1 for 2, but that one was a double. Clark, now the tying run. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is going to be a tough 85, and that's going to shut the door, because that's going to be grounded over to short, where Vizquel will get to that one. He will make the throw over to first, and that will retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits. But the 1 run on 2 hits, the Indians still hold a 4-2 lead after 5. Top of the 6th brings us back to the top of the Indians' order. Here's Cabrera. Cabrera is 3 for 3 with 2 singles and a double tonight. Santos will get the sign from Inge. He will set, and he will pitch. 8. That is an in-play 98. That's going to be a fly ball into left field. No problem out there for Higginson. He will track that down, make an easy catch for out number 1. One out in the inning, and the batter now is Alomar. Alomar tonight is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Santos will get the sign from Inge. 4-2 Indians, top of the 6th. Santos will set, and he will pitch. 6. That is a patient 6, and Alomar will be plenty patient enough to get a walk out of the at-bat. A 1-out walk will bring Wangan up for the Tribe and the Kitty Cats to double play depth. Gonzalez tonight is 0 for 3. Gonzalez, very capable of getting the Indians some breathing room back. Santos will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. Boxcars is a defense check. Who are we checking for the Tigers? We're checking error on the third baseman. The third baseman is Halter. His error rating at third base is a 2. Uh-oh, this could be trouble. That's a 24. He's going to make a pretty bad error. And that will be, well, just a 1-base error. So that'll be an E5. But that will be enough to put Gonzalez on at first. And that'll bring Burks up. Burks tonight is 1 for 3 with a single. Still very capable of blowing this game open. Santos will get the sign from Inge. Tiger Stadium, not liking what they see out of Santos either. Santos will set, and he will pitch. 9 is a tough 25, and Burks is going to get frozen by a slider for strike 3. That will be out number 2. That is a huge strikeout by Santos. Here's Tomey. Tomey tonight is 1 for 3, but that one was a double. Santos, again, knows he needs to be careful with Tomey. A mistake is probably going to Mars. Santos will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 6. That is a patient 31. That will be a walk, and for the third time this game, the bases are full of Indians, but this time it's coming with 2 outs in the inning. Here's Cordero. Cordero tonight is 1 for 1 with a single and 2 walks. Santos, not happy. Tiger fans, not happy tonight. Santos will get the sign from Inge. Comerica Park on their feet, hoping for another big pitch. Santos will set, and he will pitch. 6. That'll be a patient 12, and that's going to walk in a run. Ball 4 will bring Alomar to the plate. Ball 4 will bring Alomar to the plate. Everybody moves up. 5-2 in favor of the Indians. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Branyan. Branyan tonight is 1 for 3 with a double. We're gonna. Do we want to get activity in the Tiger bullpen? I think we. Not yet. Santos will get the sign from Inge. Fans here at Comerica Park not liking what they see. Santos will set, and he will pitch. 9 is going to be a tough 48, and that's going to be a swing and a miss by Branyan. Strike 3 as he tries to do too much with extending the lead, and that will retire the side. The Indians managed to load the bases for the third time tonight, but for the third time, they leave them loaded. 5-2 Indians, though. Well, one run on an error and 3 walks. And it is now 5-2 Tribe as we head into the bottom of the 6th. Stadium size. Phew! That could have been a lot worse if you're an Indians fan tonight. We are going to get some activity in the Indians bullpen as well, as Sabathia has been having a solid outing, but I think the Indians want to make sure nothing goes wrong. The Tigers have right. So they're going to get Jake Westbrook warming up. Bottom of the 6th brings the middle of the Tigers order up. Here's McGee. McGee tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz. He will set, and he will pitch. 10, that's a patient 63, and McGee is just barely patient enough to get a base hit out of the at-bat. You could tell he was starting to get antsy at the plate there. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Cruz. Cruz tonight is 0 for 2. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz. Oop, no outs in the inning. Let's remember to adjust that. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz, and he will pitch. 8, that is a tough 69, and that's going to be a grounder over to second. Picking that up is going to be Alomar. Let's see if they can turn the double play here. Needs to be a 5 or less. No, McGee will be thrown out. Cruz will make second. That'll be out Cruz will make first. That'll be out number 1. The relay won't be in time. Infield will stay at double play depth as Encarnacion is now the batter. Encarnacion tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. A B2 is still a normal chance. Cruz will stay put. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a tough 33. Called strike 3 on Encarnacion. Changeup gets enough of the black to get the call. 2 outs in the inning. Encarnacion can't believe it, but he's headed back to the dugout with 2 outs in the inning. Right? Yes. Here's Halter. Halter tonight is 0 for 2. Sabathia looking in at Diaz for the sign. He will set. Here's the kick. And here comes the pitch. 8. That is a tough 34. And that's a called strike 3 on Halter as well. He'll be called out on strikes, and that will retire the side. A leadoff single ultimately goes for nothing for the Tigers, as the Indians still hold a 5-2 lead here after 6. Top of the 7th brings us to the bottom of the Indians' order. Leading off for the Indians is Diaz. Diaz tonight is 0 for 3. Let's see. Santos. Okay, this will be his 3rd inning in relief. Just checking to see if fatigue is going to be a thing here, but we will get activity in the Tigers' bullpen as they have switch right switch. So let's get CJ Nitkowski warming up for the Tigers. Santos will get the sign from Inge. He will set and he will pitch. 7 is going to be a patient 59. Plunk, ouch. Santos hits Diaz. And now warnings are going to go out after 2 hit batters. Next hit, any subsequent hit batters are going to result in the pitcher being tossed. Double play depth for the Tigers, and the batter now is Vizquel. Vizquel tonight is 1 for 3 with a walk and a double. Diaz, not a threat to do much on the base paths, he will hold. Santos will get the sign from Inge. He will set and he will pitch. 7 is a patient 80, and that's going to be a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one for the Tigers is going to be Encarnacion. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Cabrera, now the batter. Cabrera is 3 for 4 with 2 singles and a double tonight. Diaz, still not going anywhere. Santos will get the sign from Inge. He will set, and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 20, and against a righty, I was about to get excited, but that's just going to be another walk, as Santos is maybe starting to shake a little bit here. Alomar, now the batter. Alomar is 1 for 2 with a single and 2 walks tonight. Santos will get the sign from Inge. He will set and he will pitch. 10 is a tough 54, and a tough 54, that's going to be grounded over to third. Grabbing that is going to be Halter. Let's see if they can turn the double play here. It is going to be a 5 or less on 2d6. No. Diaz will make third. Cabrera will be thrown out. Alomar will make first. 2 outs in the inning. Batter now is Wangan. Gonzalez tonight is 0 for 3, but he reached on an error. Santos will get the sign from Inge. He will set and he will pitch. 6 is a patient 41, and a patient 41. That's going to be a base hit for the Indians. That's going to be a base hit for Gonzalez. Line drive into center field. That'll clear the bases. Diaz will score, as will Alomar. Wangan will go to first, 7-2 in favor of the Indians. Stadium groans. Ugh. Batter now is Burks. Santos is. I think he's fatigued. Yeah, he's fatigued now. So they're gonna try to get Santos out of the inning. So Santos gets a fatigue card. Burks tonight, though, is 1 for 4 with a single. We'll see if Santos can get out of the inning. Santos will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 4 is a ballpark, Ballpark goes to Wheelhouse a 7. And that's going to extend the lead for the Indians, as that's going to get out of here with a boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Ellis Burks. 9-2 in favor of the Indians. Stadium barfs. Bleh. Here's Tommy, and that is it for Santos. The Tigers went with him and went a little too far with him. Batter now is going to be Tommy. Tommy is 1 for 3 with a double and a walk. But the Tigers need a new pitcher. As Lower Slower Board Gamer now joins us here at Comerica Park. As we are looking at 9-2. As we're looking at a 9-2 game here in the top of the 7th. Coming into pitch for the Tigers is C.J. Nitkowski. 0-3 with a 5.56 ERA. 45 and a third innings pitched. 51 hits. 7 homers. 31 walks. 38 strikeouts in 2001. Lower Slower, I saw you playing Sentinels with Jester last night. How was that? Nitkowski will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. 3. That is a tough 99, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field. Getting under that one is going to be Cedeno. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. But more damage done here. 4 runs on 2 hits, 2 walks, and a hit batter. A 2-run bomb by Ellis Burks. It is now 9-2 Indians. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Singh taking out to the ball game. I will take a small break. Don't forget, we have Ultra Quick Baseball by Downey Games after tonight's game. Our next block game will take us over to Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California, as it'll be April 17th, 2001, where the Oakland Athletics will be playing the Anaheim Angels with another great pitching matchup. Tim Hudson will be on the mound for the Athletics, and Ramon Ortiz will be going for the Angels. That should be a good one. Hudson against Ortiz, Athletics against Angels. Sentinels was a really fun game, enjoyed playing it, and would easily play it again. Been a long time since you and Jester played something together online. It was a great evening. Glad you had a blast with it. Bottom of the 7th coming up will bring us to the bottom of the Tigers' order as Sabathia is continuing to pitch with a 9-2 lead. Here is Inge. Inge tonight is 0 for 2. And I will see you guys for the top of the 8th. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz. He will set, and he will pitch. 8. That is going to be a tough 95. That'll be a fly ball into left field. Getting under that one for the Indians is going to be Cordero. He will make the catch, and that will be out number 1. Cedeno, now the batter. Cedeno tonight is 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz, and he will pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 62. And against a lefty, Cedeno will have a base hit to start for a 1-out single. Infield will go to double play depth. Batter now is Easley. Easley tonight is 0 for 3. Cedeno with the hot bat tonight, but he's getting all singles. But Cedeno is only one man. He can't do this all by himself tonight. Sabathia will get the sign from Diaz. He will set, and he will pitch. 3, that's a ballpark check. 53 to a righty is in play, though. A 91 is going to be grounded over to short. Picking that up is going to be Vizquel. We'll see if they're able to turn the double play. It'll be a 5 or less on 2d6. Vizquel's got it. Vizquel's got it. He'll throw that over to Alomar. That'll get Cedeno. Alomar will make the relay over to Thome. That'll be in time. That'll be a 6-4-3 inning-ending double play. Stadium groans. Ugh. No runs on 1 hit. Tigers can't catch a break. 9-2 Indians after 7. As the Tigers can't get anything started here tonight. Top of the 8th brings us to the bottom of the Indians' order. Here's Cordero. Cordero tonight is 1 for 1 with a single and 3 walks tonight. Nitkowski will get the sign from Inge. He will set, and he will pitch. 8, that is a patient 76. I don't think he's that patient against the lefty. Not quite. That'll be lifted into center field. Getting under that one will be Encarnacion. He will make the catch for out number 1. Here's Branyan. Branyan tonight is 1 for 4, but that 1 was a double. Nitkowski will get the sign from Inge. He will set, and he will pitch. 10 is a wheelhouse check. 34. And Branyan is going to extend the lead with a boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Russell Branyan. 10-2 in favor of the Indians. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Diaz. Diaz tonight is 0 for 3. He's been hit by a pitch. Sorry I couldn't give you a better game tonight, lower slower. It's been chaotic in this replay so far, but this one's looking like it's going to be a blowout. Nitkowski will get the sign from Inge, and he will pitch. Boxcars is a tough 44. And against the lefty, that's going to be popped up on the infield and the foul side. Halter will make that play easily. He'll make the catch for out number 2. And here's Vizquel. Vizquel tonight is 1 for 4 with a double and a walk. Nitkowski gets the sign from Inge. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is going to be a patient 15. Vizquel will work a 2-out walk out of the at-bat. Here's Cabrera. Cabrera is 3 for 4 with 2 singles, a double, and a walk. Nitkowski will get the sign from Inge once again. He will set, and he will pitch. 8, that is a patient 40. Against a lefty, a patient 40. That's going to be a base hit for Cabrera. Let's see what happens here. Runner on first advance, so a short blooper into left field. Runner on first advances 2 bases. Two outs in the inning, and the batter now is Alomar. Alomar tonight is 1 for 3 with a single and 2 walks. More activity in the Tigers' bullpen, as it will be Heath Murray getting loose for the Tigers. Nitkowski will get the sign from Inge. He will set, and he will pitch. 5 is a patient. We have a rare play. We have a patient rare play with men on base. Let's see, a 78. Umpire misses obvious strike, batter walks. Pitcher's rattled. All patient results for this pitcher for the remainder of the inning are walks. And the bases, for the 4th time tonight, are full of Indians. Batter now is Wangan. Gonzalez is 1 for 4 with a single, and he's reached on an error, and that is going to be it for Nitkowski. They are not going to take any chances on anything further going sideways here. Unfortunately for the Tigers, all 3 runners are Nitkowski's problem. Well, unfortunately for Nitkowski's ERA at the rate things are going tonight for the Indians. And coming in to pitch for the Tigers will be Heath Murray. 1-7 with a 6.54 ERA. 63 and 1/3 innings pitched, 82 hits, 11 homers, 40 walks, and 42 strikeouts in 2001. His job, get Wangan out and get out of this jam. Murray will get the sign from Inge. Fans here at Tiger Stadium are nervous. Murray will set, and he will pitch. 7 is an in-play 25, and against a lefty, that's going to be a base hit. And that will, wow. So that's a base hit. Let's go, so 1, 2. Let's just go with a 2-run single. At this point, we'll do that. Vizquel will score, Cabrera will score, Alomar will go to second, Gonzalez will go to first, 12-2 in favor of the Indians. Stadium groans. Ugh. And here's Burks. Burks tonight is 2 for 5, a single and a homer. Murray comes in and of course proceeds to give up a 2-run single. Murray will get the sign from Inge and he will pitch. 7 is an in-play 83, and that'll be grounded over to short. Picking that up for the Tigers will be Cruz. He will make the play, and that will retire the side. But damage done here in the inning. 3 runs on 3 hits and 2 walks. Actually that was a solo shot by Russell Branyan, but it is now 12-2 Indians as we get set for the bottom of the 8th. Actually, Sabathia is going to come out of the game. He's done a masterful job, but the Indians at this point are going to turn it over to the bullpen. 7 solid innings from Sabathia. But the Indians are going to go to the bullpen. They're going to turn it over to their long reliever to try to eat up some innings. They're going to give the ball to Jake Westbrook. 4-4 with a 5.85 ERA. 64 and 2/3 innings pitched. 79 hits. 6 homers, 22 walks, 48 strikeouts in 2001. He'll be charged with the heart of the Tigers order here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Higginson. Higginson tonight is 1 for 3, or 1 for 1 with a triple. He's also reached an error and been hit by a pitch. Westbrook will get the sign from Diaz. 12-2 Indians, bottom of the 8th. Westbrook will set, and he will pitch. Boxcars is a wheelhouse check, but a 99 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Getting under that one is going to be Gonzalez. That's going a long way back toward the track, but Gonzalez will have enough room. He'll haul it in as the ball dies out there for out number 1. Clark, now the batter. Clark tonight is 1 for 3 with a double. That double seems like a lifetime ago at this point. That was a 2-out double back in the first. Westbrook will get the sign from Diaz, and he will pitch. 9 is a tough 83, and that's just barely going to miss, but that'll be a fly ball into center field. Cabrera getting under that one. He will make the catch for out number 2. McGee, now the batter. McGee tonight is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Westbrook will get the sign from Diaz. He will set, and he will pitch. 7 is going to be a tough 42, and that's going to be a called strike 3 on McGee. He will retire on strikes, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers here in the bottom of the 8th. 12-2 Tribe after 8. Top of the 9th coming up brings us back to the middle of the Indians' order. Here's Tomey. Tomey tonight is 1 for 4 with a double and a walk. 12-2 Indians here in the top of the 9th. Murray will get the sign from Inge. He will set, he will kick, and he will pitch. 8 is going to be a tough 80, and that'll be a fly ball actually against a lefty. That'll be a called strike 3 on Tomey, 1 down in the inning. We'll get to the same place either way, whether it's a flyout or a strikeout, but Tomey is either way out. Here's Cordero. Cordero tonight is 1 for 2 with a single and 3 walks. Murray will get the sign from Inge. He will set, and he will pitch. 3, that is a patient 17, and Cordero's patient enough to work a walk out of the at-bat. Infield will go to double play depth. Branyan, now the batter. Branyan is 2 for 5 with a double and a bomb. Murray will get the sign from Inge. He will set, and he will pitch. 6, that is a tough 21, and that'll be a swing and a miss by Branyan. He will try to do too much. Strike 3, out number 2. Diaz, now the batter. Diaz tonight is 0 for 4, but he's been hit by a pitch. Murray will get the sign from Inge. He will set, and he will pitch. 5, that'll be a ballpark check. 26 is in play for Diaz. And a 44, that's going to be too high. That's going to be that's going to be popped up on the infield. Getting under that at third base is going to be Halter. He will make the play, and that will retire the side. Nothing except for the walk for the Indians. Still 12-2 Cleveland as we get set for the bottom of the 9th, where we have the age-old question to answer of, will we see some 9th inning magic? I know from a selfish perspective, as much as I'd enjoy seeing some 9th inning magic, I hope it doesn't happen because we'd have to be here for at least another hour, probably, for the Tigers to make that much 9th inning magic. Bottom of the 9th, and we've got the middle of the Tigers' order for Westbrook to deal with. Here's Cruz. Cruz tonight is 0 for 3. Westbrook looking in at Diaz for the sign. He will set, here's the kick, and here's the pitch. 9 is going to be a tough 71. And a 71 is going to be grounded over to second. Alomar waiting for that one with no trouble. He'll take it on a hop. Throw that over to first. Out number 1. Here's Encarnacion. Encarnacion is 1 for 3 with a single. Westbrook looking in at Diaz for the sign. He will set and he will pitch. 3. That's an in-play 9. And that's going to be a base hit by Encarnacion as he'll get on with a 1-out single. Infield will go to double play depth. Halter, now the batter. Halter tonight is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. 12-2 Indians, bottom of the ninth. I don't know why I keep saying Tigers are leading, but no, the Tigers are getting blown out here. Westbrook will get the sign from Diaz, and he will pitch. 4 is a ballpark check. 61 is in play to a righty, though. And a 72 is going to be grounded over to second. Picking that up is going to be Alomar. Let's see if they can turn the double play. On an 8 or less on 2D6, this game is over. No! Encarnacion will be thrown out at second. Halter will make first. That will be 2 outs in the inning. Halter will reach on the fielder's choice. But the last chance for the Tigers will come to Brandon Inge. Inge tonight is 0 for 3. Not the best guy you want at the plate when it's all on the line. Westbrook looking in at Diaz. Fans here at Tiger Stadium hoping for a miracle. Westbrook will get the sign from Diaz. He will set, and here comes the pitch. 10 is going to be a tough 23, and that's a swing and a miss through a curveball. Strikeout. That's your game. The Cleveland Indians blow out the Detroit Tigers by a final score tonight of 12-2. Stadium groans. Ugh. Final line score coming up. I'm just starting to do clean up all digital diamond loads so I can get ready to do ultra quick baseball. For the Indians, 12 runs on 14 hits and 1 error. For the Tigers, 2 runs, 8 hits and 1 error. Winning pitcher tonight is going to be CC Sabathia. He will pick up the win in this blowout. Jeff Weaver will eat the loss. Of course, you guys know by now, we are not done yet. We have Ultra Quick Baseball coming up next. It is now time to see how the rest of the majors fared, and we're going to ask our friends at Downey Games and Ultra Quick Baseball to help us out with that. The Indians are going to get a blowout win over the Tigers here tonight by a final score of 12-2. But let's see how the rest of the majors fared here. Let's start off on April 13th with the Mariners at the Angels. Seattle, T15. That is a big game for Seattle. A 66 minus 5 columns. They're rolling on column O now. 56 on column O is 5. Angels, S24. That is 4. That'll be a win for the Mariners. Phillies and the Braves. Phillies, R41 is 4. Braves, Q31. That is also 4. They've got a pressure situation. Phillies, I-64 for the Phillies. That'll score them a run in the 9th. As well as J56 most likely for the Braves. That will score. And they are going to extras. Phillies roll a 3 plus 0. Atlanta rolls a 5 minus 2 is 3 by virtue of home field. The Braves will get that win in extras. Devil Rays at the Orioles. Looks like neither team wanted this game. Tampa Bay, L16 is 2. Orioles, J13, that is 1. Apparently the Orioles wanted it enough. Yankees and the Red Sox. Always fireworks when these two get together. We'll see them on the board at some point later this season, I'm sure. Yankees, R31. R31 is 3. Red Sox, S51 is 5. That'll be a win for the Bo Sox. Pirates and the Cubs are both Ps. Pirates roll a 55. That is 5. Cubs roll a 61. That is 6. Hang the W flag at Wrigley Field. The Cubs will get that win. Diamondbacks and the Rockies. Diamondbacks, N66 is 9. Rockies, W33. That's a big game for Colorado. Uh-oh. $55 sends them over to column Z. A 16 is 4. That'll still be a blowout win for the Diamondbacks. Giants and the Brewers. San Francisco, 055 is 5. Brewers, Q15, that is 3. The Giants will take that win. White Sox and the Twins. Chicago, R21 is 3. Minnesota's also an R. They rolled a 14. That is also 3. Pressure situation for those two teams. White Sox with an H25. Can't do anything with it. Twins with an I-66 will be able to score. The Twins will walk that one off. 4-3 in the bottom of the 9th. Marlins and the Expos. Florida, N21 is 2. Montreal, O62, that is 6. Montreal will triple up Florida. Reds and the Mets. Cincinnati, Q53 is 5. Mets, L24. L24 is 2. That game belongs to the Reds. Rangers and the Athletics. Texas, V42 is 5. Oakland, O61. That is 6. Oakland will take that win. Los Angeles Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers, N13, that is 2. Padres, R16, that is 3. The Friars will pray up a win. Astros and the Cardinals. Astros, U26. U26 is 4. Cardinals, S22, that is 3. The Space Goers will tame the Redbirds. Royals and the Blue Jays. Kansas City, 045. 045 is 4. Toronto, N13, that is 2. And Kansas City will double up Toronto. On to April 14th, Mariners and the Angels. Seattle, T31 is 4. Anaheim, S13, that is 3. That's a win for Seattle. Phillies and the Braves. Phillies, R33 is 4. Braves, Q32, that is also 4. Pressure situations all around. Phillies, I-35 can't do anything with it. Braves with a J55, though, they will get a run to walk that off in the bottom of the 9th, as the Braves will take a 5-4 victory over the Phillies. Devil Rays and the Orioles. Tampa Bay, L53 is 4. Baltimore, J35 is 3. That'll be a win for the Devil Rays. Yankees and the Red Sox. Yankees, R12 is 2. Red Sox, S46, that is 5. That'll be another win for the Bo Sox. Pirates and the Cubs are both Ps. Pirates roll a 14, that is 2. Cubs roll a 63, that'll be a lot more than 2, that'll be 7. And the Cubs will get that win. Diamondbacks and the Rockies. Arizona, N66 is 9. Colorado, W64, that is also 9. A shootout has a pressure situation built into it. Diamondbacks with a K61 will score a run. The Rockies with a D61 also will score. They will go to extras. Arizona rolls a 1, -1 is 0. Colorado rolls a 3, -4 is -1. The Diamondbacks will take that one 11-10 in extras. Indians and the Tigers. Cleveland, P26 is 3. Detroit, N21, that is 2. The Indians will get that win. Giants in Milwaukee playing the Brewers. San Francisco, O54 is 5. Milwaukee, Q34. That's a big game for Milwaukee. 34 sends them all the way to column A, so a bad game. A53, that is 1. The Brewers will lay an egg at home. White Sox and the Twins. White Sox, R24 is 3. Actually, they're both 20. They're both R's. Minnesota rolled a 22. That is also 3. Pressure situations all around. An H25 won't do anything for the White Sox. Neither will an I44 for the Twins. They are going to extras. White Sox roll a 6, +1 is 7. Minnesota rolls a 2, +2 is 4. The Pale Hose will get that one in extras. Marlins and the Expos. Florida, N24 is 3. Montreal, O44, that is 4. Montreal will get that win. Reds and the Mets. Reds, Q15, that is 3. Mets, L53, that is 4. That's a win for the Mets. Rangers in Oakland playing the Athletics. Texas, V22, that is 4. Oakland, O33, that is 4. And they've got a pressure situation. Rangers, D61, that'll score them a run. Athletics, M46, that will also score them a run, and they are going to extras. Rangers roll a 3, plus 1 is 4. Oakland rolls a 6, minus 1 is 5. That'll still be a win for the A's in extras. Dodgers and the Padres. Los Angeles, N51, that is 4. San Diego, R56, that is 7. That'll be a win for the Padres. Astros and the Cardinals. Astros, U32, that is 4. Cardinals, S41, that is 5, and the Cardinals will get that win back. Royals and the Blue Jays. Kansas City, O51 is 5. Toronto, N31, that is 3. Kansas City will get that win. On to April 15th. Mariners and the Angels. Seattle, T23, that is 4. Angels, S62, that is getting more than 2 most likely, that is 8. Actually, that's 4. The Angels will double up the Mariners. Phillies and the Braves. Philadelphia, R15, that is 3. Atlanta, Q65, that is 8. That'll be a win for the Bravos. Devil Rays and the Orioles. Tampa Bay, L14 is 2. Orioles, J25, that is also 2. Pressure situations all around. Both teams are A's. Neither one will do anything with a 32 or a 16 respectively, so they will go to extras. Devil Rays roll a 4, plus 2 is 6. Orioles roll a 2, plus 1 is 3. That'll be a win for the Devil Rays in extras. Yankees and the Red Sox. Yankees, R56 is 7. Red Sox, S26, that is 4. That'll be a win for the Bronx Bombers. Pirates and the Cubs are both P's. Pittsburgh rolls a 35, that is 4. Cubs roll a 65, that is 8. Cubs win that one. Actually, P35, that's 4. So actually the Cubs actually doubled up the Pirates. Diamondbacks and the Rockies. Arizona continuing to take advantage of the Coors Field launch pad. N66 is 9. Rockies, W35, that is 5. And the Diamondbacks get another win. Giants and the Brew Crew. San Francisco, O55 is 5. Milwaukee, Q36, that is 4. That'll be another win for the Giants. White Sox and the Twins. White Sox, R34 is 4. Twins are also an R. They roll a 36. That is also 4. Pressure situation all around. An H14 and an I23 won't do anything for either team, so they are once again going to extras. White Sox roll a 1, plus 1 is 2. Twins roll a 5, plus 2 is 7. Minnesota will take that one in extras. Marlins in Montreal playing the Expos. Marlins, N55 is 5. Montreal, O25 is 3. Florida will win that one. Reds and the Mets. Reds, Q43 is 5. Mets, L14. L14 is 2, and the Reds will double up the Mets. Rangers and the Athletics. Whoa, come here. Almost had some of my dice go flying. Where did my other... There you are. Rangers and the Athletics. Texas, V36 is 5. Oakland, O53. That is also 5. Pressure situations all around. Rangers with a D15 aren't able to do anything with it. Can Oakland with an M45? M45? Yes, they can. The Athletics will take that one in the bottom of the 9th and walk off. Dodgers and the Padres. Dodgers, N25 is 3. Padres, R16 is also 3. Pressure situations all around. Dodgers with an I-25 can't do anything with it. Neither can the Padres with a G26. They are going to extras. Dodgers roll a 5, plus 3 is 8. Padres roll a 2, plus 1 is 3. The Dodgers will take that one in extras. Astros and the Cardinals. Houston, U64 is 9. Cardinals, S52 is 6. That'll be a win for the Astros. Royals and the Blue Jays. Royals, O42, that is 4. Blue Jays, N22, that is 2. Kansas City will win that one. On to April 16th. Athletics and the Angels, we will see these two teams tomorrow night. Actually, possibly tomorrow afternoon. I don't know. Athletics, S11 is 1. Angels, R42. That is 4. Anaheim will take that one. Marlins and the Braves. Florida, R52. That is 6. Braves, P34. That is 4. That'll be a win for the Marlins. Devil Rays and the Orioles. Tampa Bay, L46. L46 is 3. Orioles, J65. That is 6. The Orioles will double up the Devil Rays. Yankees and the Red Sox. Yankees, R64. R64 is 8. Red Sox, S56. That is 7. And the Yankees will win a shootout. Royals and the Twins are both Ps. Kansas City rolls a 13. That is 2. Minnesota rolls a 45. That is 5. And the Twins will win that one. Expos and the Mets. Last time they met was the 1985 National League wildcard game, which Montreal won, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. Expos, P16, that is 3. Mets, L26, that is also 3. Pressure situations all around. A B11 won't do anything for the Expos, neither will an H31 for the Mets. They are going to extras. Montreal rolls a 2, plus 0 is 2. Mets roll a... Actually, Expos rolled a 5, plus 0 is 5. Mets roll a 2, plus 3 is 5. By virtue of home field, Mets will have the win in extras. Astros and the Pirates are both O's. Astros roll a 15, that is 2. Pirates roll a 61, that is 6. The Pirates will hang the Jolly Roger. Rangers and the Mariners. Texas, W33 is a big game. .52 sends them down 3 columns. So W, 1, 2, 3. They're rolling on column T now. 21 is 4. Mariners, P61. P61 is 6. The Mariners will get that win. Diamondbacks and the Cardinals. Arizona, T62. T62 is 8. Cardinals, U26 is 4. And the Diamondbacks will double up the Cardinals. And that is your Ultra Quick Baseball by Downey Games. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon sometime, we will be at Anaheim Stadium in Anaheim, California for an American League West matchup between the Oakland Athletics and the Anaheim Angels. Tim Hudson will be on the mound for the Athletics, and Ramon Ortiz will be on the mound for the Angels. Before we get to that, though, the winter campaign tomorrow morning will be starting in Arkham Horror the card game with the first scenario, One Last Job. Wednesday, we'll be stepping back into our background campaign of Hero Realms. And next week, Mystical Munchies will be going up out of the official Frozen Cookbook, as we'll be making the side. I'm just going to double check what the side is here. The side is Certain Certainties Butter Braised Red Potatoes. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone. The Cleveland Indians come into Comerica Park and blow the Tigers out by a final score of 12-2. Once again, take care, and I will see you guys tomorrow.